Hello and welcome, this is GG Your Face and I'll be talking about a game between IdrA and KiWiKaKi. This is game number 3, so if you haven't seen 1 and 2, please do check it out because they were really good games. IdrA is playing as the blue Zerg at the 9 o'clock position and KiWiKaKi is playing as the red Protoss at the 6 o'clock position. The map is Lost Temple. A lot of Zergs don't like this map, particularly against Terran, because this is a nice high terrain, very easily abused, because Zergs like to expand and they don't like to be abused while they expand. And we do see KiWiKaKi is going to pull off a probe and he's going to not build anything. He's going to send it out to scout. I think he wants to try the pylon behind the minerals at the expansion. That's why he sent out his probe so early. And he's also going to put down a pylon right in front. It looks like he's going to put down a forge before a gateway, I suspect, because he wants that expansion. And he also wants to harass. And it looks like he's decided that IdrA isn't here because he just checked the edge and there was no overlord. I suppose that does shave you off a couple of seconds, but wouldn't it be funny if IdrA was there and he didn't send the overlord? And I think, actually maybe he caught a glimpse of this overlord and that's why he decided to turn back. And IdrA is going to be scouting the base of KiWiKaKi. I think he will see this pylon relatively soon, and KiWiKaKi is coming inside the base of... oh no, he's not. He's deciding to stay there, and I think IdrA is sensing that there's something wrong. There's no pylon up here. There's probably a pylon down there, so he's going to get the spawning pool before the hatchery. And now we see the dance between the probe and the drone. And he does put the pylon in behind, and we do see 4 drones come off the line right away to try to destroy the probe, or maybe not the probe. And I think they need to start working on the pylon as the forge have just finished, so the cannon could be on the way already. 3 drones are surrounding the pylon working on it. There one probe in the back. This one probe very close to death might not be able to put down a cannon. He's going to put down a cannon. Is very close to death, and he does go down. So there's 1 cannon, 1 pylon. Pretty heavy investment, but he's also forcing the Zerg player to take down a couple of drones to work on these. A bunch of Zerglings being spawned and more probes are being produced. I think he does cancel that one, it looks like. No, he actually lost it. Or canceled. And we do see that IdrA has gone the spawning pool. A lot of Zerglings are going to be coming across the map very shortly, and he really needs to start walling this off. He does have 1 forge, 1 gateway, 1 cannon in the back. This is 1 gapper. This 1 gapper proved to be very difficult and proved to be a problem in game number 2. If you want to see what I'm talking about, do check it out. And this probe is going to run past the Zerglings. That was very unusual. In any event, the Zerglings are coming in. There's still 1 pylon over here, almost dead. The Zerglings are running inside, and he's going to try to wall himself off. Bunch of probes are coming over here. These probes are actually left outside. Extractor about to be finished for IdrA at the moment, and Assimilator has recently gone up for KiWiKaKi as well, and forced to cancel these pylons because they weren't positioned within the range of the cannon. And now he's putting 1 cannon inside his base. This is crisis management at the highest levels. A bunch of drones, a bunch of probes do come off the line and try to fight off the Zerglings, and the queens are getting produced for IdrA at the moment. And we see 1 Zealot coming. This Zealot could not come fast enough. He needs to chrono boost it, keep it constantly chrono boosted. There is 1 cannon. These probes are just sitting idle. I'm not sure if that is what he intended. There is a little bit of action over here. He's trying to get the cannon up once again along with a pylon. And oh man, I think this probe is going to go down once again, and this cannon might get canceled or might get killed. We will see what's going to be happening over there. A bunch of it looks like he's going to build it, and it's going to take 1 shot, 2 shot. He does kill off only 1 drone that time, and that is a hefty investment. So we see resources lost for the Protoss player significantly higher than for IdrA, and KiWiKaKi is going to try to grab the expansion, and this... wow, this is actually really close as well. A couple of Zerglings are harassing KiWiKaKi inside his base, and that pylon is about to go down inside the natural expansion for KiWiKaKi, and IdrA still running around. Metabolic boost is currently being researched. The Nexus has almost been complete. The 2nd pylon, he really needs more pylons. I think he's going to be supply blocked pretty short because he's losing pylons left and right. If we take a look at the units lost, 154 IdrA 950 for KiWiKaKi. Not looking too good for KiWiKaKi at the moment, but we know at the highest levels they can bounce back at any time, just punishing the mistakes of their opponents. And it looks like IdrA is working on the gold expansion with those destructible rocks over there. And the assimilator is going up, and those Zerglings are outrunning that one Zealot. And the Zergling's still outrunning the one Zealot, and there's a cannon over here, should be able to take care of that one. No, there's still one Zergling. Oh man, there's one Zergling with one kill, is still running around. The Roach Warren has gone down recently, and more drones are being pumped. Metabolic Boost has just recently finished for these Zerglings, as they have just recently gotten their wings. And if we take a look at the unit count right now, we see a lot of probes and drones. 39 drones, 40 drones, 27 probes, 1 Zealot, and there's a lot of Zerglings and 2 Queens out on the field at the moment. This set of destructible rocks still being worked on by the Zerglings. The Evolution Chamber has recently gone up, and there will be blood pretty soon. The Overlord speed is currently being upgraded. Overlord speed is critical to keep those Overlords alive and also allow them to get the scouting information they want. And we do see Glider Constitution for the Roaches are being researched. 2 Zealots and a lot more Zerg stuffs. And I think he should be able to hold those 8 Zerglings with these 2 Zealots and the cannon. And both players are thinking about what to do next, because KiWiKaKi was not able to pressure IdrA that well, and he did lose a lot more than he intended, I think. And we do see a couple of Zealots running across, and we haven't seen a Spine Crawler, but he has more than enough Zerglings to deal with these couple of Zealots coming across the field. And he's also making 5-4 Roaches coming out. Will be very, very soon. These Zealots might be marching to their deaths, actually. And the Zerglings are going to try to get us around here. The Roaches with their range. Wow, that is so... It almost seems so unnatural to see such a long green stream of stuff, of spew coming from the Roaches, because they used to be one range shorter. And the Zerglings and the Roaches are going to be coming. Chrono Boost is being spent on the Warp Gates, and he's opening 4 more Warp Gates. Whoa. That is going to be a total of 5 Warp Gates, and I think he really needs to try to block this off here. He's trying desperately to get those Warp Gates online. He needs a sentry out right now to prevent them from coming in right away. And this is do or die for KiWiKaKi. There's one Overlord hovering over, and the Roaches are hitting the gateway. The gateway's being turned into Warp Gate. There's a Nexus going on the side, and these Roaches are hitting the gateway. The gateway's going down. He really needs to put a force field relatively soon. He does cut off, and a couple of units are being warped in, but this cannon's going down. And there's a lot of Roaches with their really long range, and these actually not doing too much damage in the back. Very, very good force field there by KiWiKaKi, trying to deal with what seems to be a really large army from IdrA. IdrA has 13 Roaches, 3 Zerglings coming in, and there's only about 5 Stalkers right now. And more Roaches on the way for IdrA, and IdRA's going to try to take down the Nexus. A lot of Stalkers are being morphed in, but I think the income is the difference of this game, because he has about less than half the income right now, because the probes were pulled off the line. The drones, the Roaches are still fighting the Stalkers. More Stalkers need to be warped in right now. He needs to get a force field off, but he doesn't have enough energy. A force field placed over there, I don't know why. And the Roaches are inside the base of KiWiKaKi. KiWiKaKi is on the verge of losing this game. He's warping in more Stalkers, and he's going to try to fight off these Roaches. These Roaches with their long range, wow, that's really powerful. And these Stalkers are coming in, and the Roaches are actually killing them before they finish warping in. And I think this Nexus was a mistake. And there is actually creep being spread by the Overlords from IdrA all over the place. Outside the natural expansion. The natural expansion hasn't gone down yet, but it's not currently being minded. And these Stalkers are being pushed into a corner by the long range of... Ooh, a good force field there. Almost completely cutting off. And IdrA does pull back a little bit, and he's going to work on these Warp Gates. 1 volley, 2 volley, almost going down. 3 volleys of shots, almost killing all of the Warp Gates, and I think KiWiKaKi's in a little bit of trouble here. He only has a couple of cannons, and looks like about 5 Stalkers left to defend against a sea of Roaches. If you see a sea of Roaches, just run. And the last pylon is going to go down. This last pylon, ooh, the pylon does go down. And right now, army size 26 versus 129. KiWiKaKi, GG, IdrA, GG. What a great game. Both players have played extremely well, I think. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you like what you see, please subscribe and also leave me a comment if you have suggestions. See you at the next game. This is GG Your Face. Later.